Scene 1, Apple, take 1. Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
Okay, we have some incredible ladies on this morning. I mean, absolutely incredible ladies. You talk about bike riding, riding motorcycles onto across the country. These ladies are a personification of that. And so I told you guys I wanted to start interviewing more people and do a hell of a lot more interviews out there. So we are going to be talking with these ladies. And then we have a special news update that'll be coming after this broadcast. I didn't want to take away from these ladies by mixing the two broadcasts together. So we'll be doing a special broadcast after that to update these news stories that we have been working on and covering. But first, without any further ado, we'll be getting to these ladies in a minute and 7 seconds right after this brief introduction. And I want y'all to meet these ladies. Some of them have ridden the Hoka Hay Challenge, and they also rode what we know as the 48 in I think it's called 48 and 10 or something. But they broke some records and rode 48 states. Some of them rode it in 8 days, and the others on the same trip finished it in 9. So we're going to be meeting these ladies, and you know, you guys can call in and ask them questions or anything like that. We'll be back in a minute, 7 seconds. Thank you guys for tuning in since 2016. They rode 48 states in 8 and 9 days. These ladies right here. Back in the
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, repping Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues in the Arctic stripes, from prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says kick can. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Alrighty then. Alrighty. I want to tell you guys that this is going to be an incredibly difficult morning for me, as literally 15 minutes ago I got a phone call to let me know that a very dear friend of mine had passed away. And so I'm a little bit probably particularly emotional right this second. But I do want to take time to acknowledge a very dear friend that has been particularly a beautiful person to me, and his name is Jody Chambers. I found out that he passed away. I'm on his yard. You guys remember when my RV burned up? My house burned up in 2017 or so. So I moved into my RV. I just bought an RV, and I moved into the RV, and I moved to Stone Mountain Park. It was a luxury RV place, a really cool place where I had my spot right down near the water, and park, right next to the golf course. And I mean, it's a good place to hang out. And one of the best kept secrets in Stone Mountain. And I lived there for a time until we got my everything back in order. Anyway, it was January the 18th. It was in the middle of the night. It was freezing. It was like minus 18. It was January the 1st, New Year's Eve. It was like minus 18 degrees or something. And it was my first time in an RV in the winter, and nothing worked. And this was my neighbor who came over and said, "I'll help you." I didn't even know the guy, and he just came walking over in the middle of the night. It was freezing; the pipes were frozen, and he said, "Oh, I'll help you." And I said, "Oh no, that's not necessary. I've got it." And I didn't know a damn thing about RVs at the time, and no, he said, "No, I've got it." And from that moment forward, that man started taking care of me. I have so many of you all out there that take care of me. When I say take care of me, I mean make sure that I'm okay. You call me on the phone when I'm sick, when I don't answer, when I'm not on time for a show. There's a litany of people that ring this phone, that send me messages, that call me, that take care of me. Some of you guys are 1%ers. Some of you guys are 99%ers, preachers. You people take care of me. And I would just be a sheep floating out there without y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate this man. I appreciate this man for everything he's ever done for me. So, I miss you, Jody. Air Force man, Air Force veteran, strong guy. And Patty, we love you too. And Tia sends her love, and you know that. All right, let's move forward. And without any further ado, thank you guys for taking that time to listen to me. Here we go. Action!
I remember this.
And alrighty then. Let's get back to our swoosh. Here we are. And without any further ado, our man Logic.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's up, man? What's up, Logic?
Hey, man, it's a beautiful day.
What's up, preacher? It's good to see you, man. We have got an incredible show this day, bro.
Yes,
incredible show. We got
Yes,
some of the baddest ladies in the United States of America, bro. That we know are hardcore riders. Much more hardcore than you are.
Look, I'm not gonna say no. Look here, you give respect to respect where respect is due.
Much more hardcore than you and Lavish. I just want to
say. Hey. You look here, you're not gonna hear me argue at all.
Now, we don't have Lavish on the show this morning because we only have spots for 10 people.
We missed one.
So Lavish gave up his spot so as many of you ladies could be on as possible. And since Logic is the one that knows y'all, because y'all don't know me and Lavish.
You missing one.
Am I? Hold on.
Is there one left?
Oh my God. Am I missing one? No, one Miss Incredible is not showing herself.
No, you got.
I'm here.
You got 9 here. We had 10.
Where's Curves?
Oh, I'm here.
Curves is there. Curves is there.
Oh,
we're missing. Chocolate is there.
Danger left. She is on the road.
Oh, okay.
Well, then the other one can come in that got off.
That's Prissy. We got her, right?
Yeah, Miss Prissy's here.
Yeah. I think Danger was the only one that got off.
Okay.
Is this everybody that we wanted?
Snapshot was on before.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Where's? Tell her to get on.
I don't know how to contact her. I don't know.
Oh, let me see if I can text her.
Let's see here. Okay, so while somebody's calling her, we have Curves. Curves, where'd you go?
I'm here.
We don't see you.
I know. I'm sorry. I was texting.
Oh, she's texting. Okay, so
There
Curves,
she is. There she is.
You're the would I don't want to be disrespectful or anything. Would it be okay to call you the leader of this group of ladies or the coordinator or what?
Coordinator. I like coordinator. I definitely like coordinator.
You gotta coordinate. You gotta coordinate.
Coordinate.
You're the coordinator of these ladies, and it's good to meet you. I'm not trying to throw any shade and stuff. She's the leader of the ladies. No, but you put this together or help get everybody together and all of that sort of stuff. So please tell us a little bit about it. And Logic, don't be afraid to jump in, Logic, since you know everyone and stuff. So tell us about your vision and what happened with the ladies and how you guys went on the 48 and 10 and turned it into a 48 and 8 and a 48 and 9. Okay.
So the Bessie Stringfield ride started in 2014. At the time, I was an Outcast property. So we kind of wanted to ride as some sisters that rode motorcycles, as POs. We did that for 2 years together. And then in the third year, I decided to change the name of the ride to the Bessie Stringfield all-female ride. And so we did that for 8 years. 8 is the number that
the number of times she went across country.
Absolutely. So
I did not realize that. Why did I not realize, Lavish, that this lady was the?
Well, if he called me Lavish one more time, bro, I'm telling
you. Why did I not realize, Logic, sir, our own doctor? Why did I not realize that this lady was the founder of the Bessie Stringfield ride? I just thought.
Well, you might have forgotten because she spoke about that the last time.
No, but I don't know that I realized that she was the founder. I thought she just went on the ride.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't just go on the ride.
I know important people, bro.
That's okay. That's okay.
Just like I know you.
That's
Just
okay.
like I know.
That's okay.
On the real,
okay.
it's just like knowing you, Black Dragon.
We're gonna clear up everything today. We're gonna clear up everything today.
Hey, listen. They came on the show and said yesterday they didn't even know who I was, so I'm just not.
I told you, Angel hurt.
I mean, you really are her. You mentioned that only 10 times.
Yeah. Well, he started it yesterday. He started it this morning.
No.
He's being messy. Logic, you were being messy.
Okay, so tell us about how it all came about, and I'd love to hear that.
So we and just the ride in general came about where we just kind of wanted to ride as sisters. Really no destination. I had found out about Bessie Stringfield through one of my club brothers at the time. And shout out to Drake, aka Turmoil in Mississippi, who was my first mechanic. The first bike I ever owned. He was like, "Hey, you guys should do a ride for Bessie Stringfield." I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
And this is me trying to, like you said before, it's not a lot of information out on, the internet about her. And I was just kind of going out doing the little research that I could do. Found out that she had rode cross country 8 times solo. Which was very intriguing to me because at that time I was preparing for my first cross country. So we did it. It was 6 of us. And I'm just going to call the ride names, Red, Bobblehead, Shy, Babs, myself, and Misfit. 6 Outcast POs.
Y'all don't call somebody Bobblehead, do y'all?
I mean, if that's your name, that's your name. If that's your name, that's your name.
I mean, okay. I'd be mad
Hey,
at the bobblehead
she's
man.
not mad. She's not mad about it. It's all good.
Right.
Long as she's not mad, it's okay. You know what I mean? But
And
and she was a
Holly?
very good sister, and it still is a very good sister. So but yeah, the six of us got together, uh, and of course, in Outcast, you have to ask for permission. So we did, and the bro said yes, and the rest was,
Yeah,
we did
yeah,
it,
yeah. With the
and
women clubs, you do have to. The
yeah,
women do have
we
to
asked
ask
for
for
permission. They
permission.
said yes, and
Of course, they said yes.
um, and so we did it, and we kind of got had a good feeling from it, and the next year went to 50 people. Shout out to my girl Suicide from Black Pearls, who brought some ladies down from Massachusetts and Connecticut with her, and just seeing the vision of, hey, we could make something happen doing long distance riding. And the next, like I said, the next year was 50, and and then when we changed the name on it in 2016 and kind of moved it from up under Outcast, it grew like tremendously in numbers to like 50 to 150.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
150 women on the road.
yeah, and we went to Miami that year in 2016. Um, so that particular year, some of the ladies that's on this call, that was their first time riding in the Bessie Ride with us. Um, and then from there, we just kind of moved it in different locations. Just kind of trying to do the same things that we thought that Bessie had done as far as, moving across this country
Uh-huh.
and putting it in different locations from Miami to Killeen, Texas to um, where else, y'all? Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then in 2019, I had this big idea that I could take ladies cross country. And
Uh-huh.
so we did. We took
Uh-huh.
110 women cross country.
Wow.
And
And how
and
many
then
of them
we
Raggedy Harleys broke down?
I don't know. Mine didn't. I don't know. I don't know what their bikes did. Mine didn't break down.
I just
I,
wondering how many of them Raggedy ass Harleys broke down.
They made it.
They made it.
There you
So
go. All right,
Yeah,
Mike.
making
All
it,
right, Black
making it
Dragon.
and
We
breaking
talking
down
about
on the way are two different things.
no,
that's true.
no.
That's true. That's true. Some some things happen along the way, but
We can make it over the hill, but if you had been, never mind. I'm not going to do that.
so that particular year, the Road Queens from Stockton, California, they collaborated with us on that cross country and led us into Oakland, where we ended at the East Bay Dragons clubhouse. So
Oh,
everybody
wow.
that was on,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
everybody on that ride got a chance to meet Toby Jean before,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
he
Yeah,
passed away. Yeah.
yeah.
So I think actually the next year I think he passed away after what was like
It
2020,
was.
right before
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Uh-huh.
mhm.
So yeah, and he hung out with us the entire weekend. We had a good time with him. You know, um, the next year, of course, was COVID in 20. So I kind of slowed down and took a look and said, we've been a lot of places, but how do I get this ride to cover 48 states like Bessie Stringfield had
Right.
done?
Uh-huh.
Right.
So I came up with the 48 states.
Okay. Well, why
Um,
only 8 times? Why not 50 times?
what do you mean? 50
Oh,
times
man.
what?
Why not do it over? Like you only did it 8 times in terms of the Bessie Stringfield ride.
Well, I just came to a point where, just a lot of things we just tried to do that we thought that Bessie had done, or,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Try to keep
Yeah.
it all within the vision of like her legacy.
Yes.
So, so a lot of the numbers, a lot of the things that I did came, from her or from what I thought I knew about her.
Yes. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ladies on. Is this everybody?
No.
I think
So,
it's not
so let
everybody
me,
that rides.
so that I can, I've never been able to tell this part. So do you mind if I tell the part about the numbers?
No.
Okay, so we first put it out in our group, and everybody wanted to be there. Hey, I want to do the 48 states. Hey, I want to do it curves. And we had a number of conversations about how we get this done, who could do it, because you definitely had to be a person that could get yourself, like you could your bike could make it,
Yeah.
you could make it, it's
Endurance,
money, yes,
motorcycle in
exactly.
good shape. You paid for brand new tires and stuff, and
Oh
then
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
Harley factor too. That doesn't.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So just so you know, Phoenix, she's on this phone. She has a victory, so she's gonna support everything that you talk about. But just know that she's the only victory rider on this phone, so she'll be the only one. And that signifies a lot of things about victory. It's only two of y'all on this phone. So
Phoenix, my girl. Y'all, Phoenix, my girl.
Phoenix is my girl
Phoenix,
too.
my
So, but
girl.
it's all well and good. So the committee at the time, we sat down, we had conversations. We put out a questionnaire, to see what kind of riders we had. We asked people to volunteer their names. Hey, if you want to be on this ride, submit your name, and
Mm-hmm.
they did. So from there, we sent those people questionnaires, and questionnaire, contained things like the questions had like, hey, how many miles do you ride a year?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done a 1024 saddle sore? Because you're gonna have to do that like multiple
Take time.
times.
Yeah, a whole bunch of time.
Um, yeah.
Right.
What is your riding style like? Do you like to ride in groups? Do you like to ride individually?
Mm.
Um, do you how do you when it starts to rain, what do you like to do? Just trying to get some type of feedback from the rider. Now, people could tell the truth or they could lie.
You'll find out on the road.
Exactly.
Can I say something?
Yeah. You
Can I
can
say
tell the
something?
truth or you can lie.
Let me say something.
Uh,
I know I've seen a lot of people try to do, let's just say, a cross country ride,
yeah.
and they try to take a group of people, and then you see
Yeah,
in the
like
middle,
Michelle,
at
whenever
the end,
managed to
you
get that done.
see right. You see, I ain't gonna say tragedy. But you see,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say catastrophes. You don't see nobody dying, but you see issues. He got left, or she got left, or this, that, that. The way that Curve just described their questionnaire is that I'm gonna get all this information out front.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know. I need to know this before you even attempt to do this ride. And and guys, we will try to do it. We say, yeah, we can do it. You have clubs that'll do it, but then you can't get a bunch of brothers together. It's harder to get a bunch of brothers together and just go across country, because we're not going to ask all those questions that Curve just asked.
No, because ain't nobody gonna tell the truth.
No, right? Yeah,
Well,
my bike can make it.
Yeah,
well,
I can
that
make it.
we like Suicide and I, when she started, because she started on the committee with me in 2016, and she and I talked about that. Like, people, because we would try to take people across state lines into different states, people raising their hands and basically saying what their experience level was or is. We could not get people to own up to that. We knew, and I knew going into the 48 that was going to happen. But I also had to have some type of familiarity with these ladies. You know what I mean? Like, have I ever rode with you before? Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
me, and I'm an observer, so I watch, people's Facebook pages, their social media. What
Yeah.
are they really doing in their accomplishments? So
Yeah.
it took a year. We literally prepped for this for a year.
Oh wow.
So we in 2020 we were in prep stage. It didn't take, we didn't just jump up and go do this. So we would
Right.
have conference call, like we had like 4 conference calls a year. You could not miss conference calls. We had an attendance record for the conference
Oh
calls.
wow. Y'all doing better than most
Very
of the clubs.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we wasn't playing. Yeah, it was rigid. You know, if you missed them, guess what? Kicked off. Bye. No questions. I wasn't getting ready to be arguing back and forth, having no
Mm.
conversations about,
So you
you know,
started out
because
with more women that came then.
oh yeah, we started with 39 women.
Okay.
39. With 39 questionnaires, and that's including the committee as well. So 39. When we got down to 2021, when it was time to go, we were at 29.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
One of our sisters, she passed away. She had a motorcycle accident. A car hit her in Jacksonville.
Mm.
Shout out to Miss Stunner
Miss
and her
Stunner.
family. She passed away literally maybe like a week before the 48 ride was supposed to
Oh,
start.
oh my goodness.
So we had to go bury her, do a funeral before we got on the road. But
Mm.
so that led us with 28 to start.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some ladies when it was time to put boots on the ground, so to speak. Um, people were headed to Maine, which is where we started, so everybody had to get to Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And we only started with like 27, I think.
That's
We
still
started with
a
27.
lot. That's still a lot.
Right,
Because on the
right.
motorcycle club, 55 guys say they're going and 3 make the ride. So
Okay.
you
So yeah,
got
we were doing pretty good. We were doing pretty good in the numbers. So we all get to Kittery, Maine, and
I've been there. I've been
we
there. I've
we
been there.
yeah, we have it broken up. Uh, primarily no more than 6 in a group. We also have it broken up by tank size. So
right.
Chocolata, she's on this call.
Wow. Wow.
Um,
You
yeah,
ain't guys ain't do it, bro. Guys ain't doing it
Wow.
like that.
No,
Guys
because you
ain't.
gotta always
yeah.
stop with a 100-mile tank guy. Everybody's all mad, like,
Nah, we ain't doing
I
that
know
either.
this guy, go with us, man. We know
Well,
you can't get 100 miles
look,
to a tank. That kind of BS.
absolutely.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
People ask me. People ask me.
I want them to
Do
be
you
our
got? Do
road
you got?
captain.
Do you have females in your motorcycle ministry? I said yes. How you think we're gonna get all this done?
Yeah,
Say
absolutely.
yes.
Organization,
Yes.
baby. Yes. So shout out to Chocolata because she's the committee member. She's on this call.
Chocolate.
She was over the small tanks, which was gonna be a feat, because we're talking about every 150 miles you got to stop. You know what I mean?
Mhm. So,
Um,
so let me ask Chocolate something then.
mhm.
Okay.
Compared to the 6 gallon tanks, and I don't know what the small tank is. I don't know if it was 4 or 5.5. But did you find that you had to kind of keep a fast pace to keep up with those since you had to stop more often?
You did. I mean, you don't want to fall asleep. One,
Right.
you want to keep everybody engaged, but you're on the roll, so you have to stay with the pace. We set a pace.
Okay.
Everybody is okay with the pace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I
I mean,
just
there was no way we were going to catch up, but we had a meetup. I'll just say that.
right.
There it is. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just impressed with
Mhm.
the level of organization here. First of all,
Hers is awesome.
I don't ride with
Thank you.
people I don't know. Period. I ride with my club brothers, or yeah. I very seldom ride outside of the club because I can't trust them. I know what training you get if you're in the club, but if I was gonna ride with people that I didn't know, I think this is how I would do it. I would
Mhm.
do it the exact same way, but probably not with as much organization. I'm really impressed with what all went into getting y'all to this point. Everybody's got you got 39 disparate people in different places in the country, and you've got to get everybody on the same riding page in terms of what kind of gear we're going to have. Now, was this because you had the experience that you were able to do this? I mean, who was the one teaching everyone what they needed to do for those that didn't know what was going to go on, or what to expect?
So I put the onus on my committee members because we had been leading, different rides, leading the ladies over the years. So what I did was, since we were going to have different groups, each committee member had their own group,
Mm-hmm.
and they were in charge of them. So in my group, I would have periodic meetings with the members in my group, and everybody was doing that. The biggest thing was, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. The biggest thing was just getting everybody to ride. So one of the requirements, let me go back. Not saying that the biggest thing, but the biggest requirement was everybody had to ride a 1024 before
Mm-hmm.
we
Okay.
started. Like everybody had to turn that paperwork in,
Oh
show
wow.
that they had done the ride. Everybody
Wow.
had to turn in maintenance. Everybody had to go get new tires. Everybody had to go get a service. And I
Mm.
needed to see your paperwork with the date
Oh shit. Uh-oh. What
prior
happened?
to that.
Say that again. I need
Um,
to see your paperwork. Say
yeah,
that
we
again.
we so we made everybody go do a 1024. We
Mm-hmm.
also made everybody go do a maintenance check. So we needed to see your paperwork from whoever works on your bike. That you
Wow.
either needed to like download a maintenance log or something off
Wow.
the internet if you didn't take it directly to your dealership, so that we could see that you had done that. That didn't mean that your bike wasn't gonna break down, but at least I knew starting off, everybody had good oil changes, everybody had good tires.
You mean I,
Um,
I couldn't get on the ride if I said, well, I had my bike checked out five
no,
months ago.
no, no, you could not, sir. And here's the thing: if you would have like,
Uh,
if seriously, if you would have not shown it to us, then all the prepping you had done for that year and a half would have been done.
you
It would have been over.
you
Bit
kick me
over.
off the ride. I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna tell everybody that forget her ride, man. That ride.
let me say let me say something. Let me say something.
Hey,
I'm not
that's fine.
I'm not trying to be. I'm not gonna. Okay. And we don't
I'm just saying.
we don't say names to keep the innocent. Okay. Anyway, don't try to jump on. Don't try to jump on one of these ladies' rides, thinking that because you think you can ride with these ladies.
Mm.
And it's not even about speed.
No, I ain't
No,
talking about speed.
no,
I'm
it's
talking about
about
No,
endurance.
it's
uh,
about endurance.
Papa
It is
Penguin
about
said.
endurance.
Papa
Oh,
Penguin
I'm
said
a
roughly. Papa Penguin, our member who is like the most research guy in America, he said that the ride roughly is like what do you say 300 miles a day straight out, something like that. He gave the figures here. I'm trying to find it, but that's just nothing but straight endurance. Like you're
Oh
sitting.
yeah.
Somebody else said. I think it was Hardwire. One percenter said, that's a very hard ride. He doesn't like to ride like that because you don't really get to see much. I mean, really, you're
it's a
riding.
different type of ride. It's a
That's what
different
you're
type of
doing.
ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
riding. Okay,
Absolutely.
here's Papa Penguin. What he said. He said. Back of the envelope math makes that at least 300-ish miles a day sticking to interstates every day for more than a week. Damn.
No,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
we
More than
did
See?
that?
it. We
Mm-mm.
no, we that's more than it's more than that.
Way more
But
than that.
yeah. So our route, well, there are, if you go out on the internet, you can research these
What would
routes.
say
There are
600 miles? Is it 600 miles a day y'all are riding or close to
no, we did
1,000?
1,000 mile. We did 1,000.
1,000 miles, bro.
1,000 miles a day for 8 days.
Well, that's kind of where I'm getting ready to tell you that
Mhm.
it was the way it was plotted out. It would have been what you're saying, because our route was a 7,100 mile route.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So we actually were trying to do it in 7 days. We were not trying to do it in 8 or 9.
7, the number of completion. I just wanted to throw that in
Oh,
there.
so it would have been 300 miles a day, but you guys were trying to kill it.
Yes.
They,
We
well,
were trying
they
we
trying to
were
put it out of
literally,
reach
as
for
I
you
s- we were
average
literally trying to put
48
the
and
quarter
10.
for the guys on the phone. We were trying to put the quarter on the backboard. You know what that means?
Right.
Yeah, we were trying to put the quarter on the backboard. Now, if you
You
gonna
know,
go beat our record, go. This is what you got to go
look.
do.
I'm trying to set the bar.
We
We
were
gonna
trying to
put the
set the
bar
bar.
so high that you got to
Yes,
come with it.
we really were trying to do that. That was the goal. 7 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
These
we
are some of the
chose the
women.
route that could go along with the 7 days. That's why we had a 7,100 mile route.
Wow.
Mm, mm.
7,100 miles.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, y'all wasn't playing.
So
Y'all.
at least three of the days, day 1, 2, and 3, we did 1,000 miles. Definitely.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
what
then we
kind of
kind of started to peel back.
Okay, so now let
so
me let me
go
let
ahead.
me
Go ahead.
start getting okay. Let me start asking some of us. Okay, so let's go to Chocolata.
Mhm.
Chocolata, what was the most strenuous part of the ride for you?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so one, let me give my personal, and then let me give my group. My personal, we were in Arizona, and my brakes were going out. It was so hot. I guess they were tired of the ride. We were heading to Vegas for the night. So that was anguish for me. One, because I'm in it. I'm not I'm not trying to quit. I'm trying to be safe. I had to do some mechanical, get the ladies to help me do some mechanical just to get to a safe space to be able to work through more of the issue to be able to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a group, after I'm gonna say day, what was that? Maybe day 4, we were riding and we were tired. And when you're riding and you're tired, you want everybody to be safe. You're looking around. I was at a point of, I just want a genie home. I'm tired. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm. I've asked myself, what am I think I'm doing? What am I doing out here? I've asked myself that.
It's different when you've been riding for, say, we were probably close to 15 hours at that point,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but we did it. We laughed, we screamed. I'm looking at my sisters and I'm thinking, are they awake or asleep? And I'm screaming in the helmet. I'm flashing lights. That was
Mm,
anguish for me.
mhm.
But when we stopped, we got it together and we laughed and we still laugh. But we did that.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome.
But
That is awesome.
I got a
Okay.
question. Let me
Yeah,
ask. Let
go
me
ahead,
ask.
brother.
Let me ask Phoenix a question. I'll go to Phoenix first. How much sleep did you get in between y'all stops and goes?
In between stops, none. There were actually some days. So Black Dragon, you're not gonna like this, but my bike had some mechanical issues on the ride.
No, I
Um,
don't like that.
Wait, not the victory. Shut your mouth.
yes, yes. So there were some days literally we were riding 22, 23, 24 hours, then got a nap and then had to get back in it because we had a deadline to meet. So there was no such thing as sleep. We were
Mm,
napping. But again, the most impressive thing about it is we made it. I think bringing that number of ladies into that arena together as a group is most impressive. I was proud to be a part of it. I'm still proud to be a part of it.
mm.
But yeah, it was there was no such thing as sleep.
So to get prepared for that. Now I remember. I'm stick with Phoenix, but I remember listening to Jamaica's preparation for when she did the Hoka Hey. How she prepared for the Hoka Hey? How do you prepare for just napping
Yeah,
and getting up and getting back on the road for another, let me look back on
yeah,
my camera, for another 800, 900 miles?
It was just focus. We're goal centered, we're goal oriented
Okay.
people. We knew we had a task ahead of us. We were shooting for our goal. We were not going to stop unless we
Mhm.
absolutely had to stop.
Okay.
So, like Herb said, everyone had to submit at least one saddle sore prior to. By the time I had gotten to this ride, I'd already done the 48 state run, but I did it with a friend of mine and we did it in 14 days. So I was accustomed to riding long distance, and I kept riding after that, kept riding long distance back and forth to California or Pennsylvania, whatever, just to keep my endurance up because I never knew this was going to happen again. But when the opportunity presented itself, I wanted to be ready. So I kept long distance riding, and even still now to prepare for this. So it was difficult when you're doing it in a group. Um, but again, I wouldn't trade the experience for anything.
So now, that's amazing. Now, none of y'all are 50 yet, are y'all? Because when you get this age,
yeah.
I think
there ain't
most of
no
us are.
riding overnight.
I
Shit.
think the only person
of
that's
us
not
are
50 is Incredible and Snapchat, right? Yeah.
Snapchat.
Oh, okay. So
Snapchat
y'all
and
are
Incredible.
some of y'all are 50 and stuff.
Yeah, the
Wow.
rest of us are old ladies. Oh, and
He said
Angel.
it. He said and stuff.
I'm not riding with y'all like that
Bad
anymore.
and bougie, baby.
The
Bad
hell
and bougie.
Can I brag? Can I brag? I'm a brag. Not on myself. I'm a brag. And correct me if I'm wrong, Angel. Correct me if I'm
Bobby
wrong.
said
Angel.
that's rude to ask that, Black Dragon.
Right. Angel. I believe it was y'all cross country going to Cap. I think it was when y'all met Toby Green. When Angel was going, I was following her. She was going cross country and they had a destination to make it, but she dipped into Mexico. Am I right?
Yes,
Dipped
I
into
did.
Mexico for her birthday, then came back out, Black Dragon, and finished the ride.
Yes. That was the cross country for 2019, which was amazing. And believe it or not, that was my first cross country. At that time, I was a heavy supporter of the Bessie Stringfield all-female ride. And that year, I was awarded the Young Bessie Award. And shout out to Phoenix, who was the I forgot what the title is, but she was the Bessie Stringfield Award. But I was
Round Pounder of the Year.
Round Pounder of the Year. Thank you. But I was the Young Bessie winner for that year, and it was my first cross country, and I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my God, California!" Like I had always dreamed of crossing the state line, but who ever thought I would get to California? And shout out to Curves and the Bessie Stringfield all-female ride because they motivated me when I went to my first Bessie Stringfield all-female ride in Killeen, Texas. That was when I met all these amazing women who were out here hitting the ground, pounding the ground, doing all these amazing things. And so they inspired me and they challenged me. I was like, oh, they can do it. I can do it too. And so getting back to your point, Logic, 2019 was my first cross-country ride and dipped down into Mexico and then finished up the ride.
Wow, I love your flowers and stuff and everything in the back. Beautiful.
Thank you. My flowers actually have a story. It's not motorcycle related, but these flowers behind me, they belong to my grandmother.
Oh,
So when she passed
Nice.
away 17 years ago, I took ownership of them.
Mm.
And it is my mission that if I don't keep any plants alive, which I do have a green thumb, but I have to
your
keep
bad boys are 17 years old at least.
They're older than that. I've only had them 17 years. She had them years before.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice. That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
so they have
That is
sprouted, and I have some other offsprings to them. But yeah, I've had them 17 years.
Damn.
That's what's up.
See, I knew.
Hey, more than just a motorcycle rider, baby. That's
More
what I'm
There
talking
you go.
about.
There you go.
And,
There
and,
you
and,
go.
and me being, the genius who knows the questions to ask, Logic. Just saying that you have to, know certain questions to ask.
You're right. You're right. I'm still new to this, man.
You and Lavish still have.
still-
Oh, speaking of
Lavish in the house.
Lavish is
Yeah,
in the
Lavish
house.
is in the house, man. What's up, ladies?
Lavish?
I've been sitting back. I just been listening to the stories, man. It's me personally. I love to hear, the stories of the females that's out here doing what they do, pounding and stuff, man. Y'all make yourselves look good.
Oh, look.
Lavish, are you in Tennessee?
No, I'm not in Tennessee right now. I'm in Michigan.
Nah, I'm just messing with you
He
because you
missed it.
said
He
about last
missed it.
time we
He
talked,
missed
you
it.
said about the tail of the dragon. I thought you was in Tennessee ready to ride.
Oh, Oh shoot!
I got
See.
a whole sling. I got a whole sling on my arm. See,
Now, he ain't got no sling on his arm.
the last time we talked, I didn't have this sling on my arm, man. But I got this sling. It'd be. I thought I was gonna be looking at sometime mid June, but the doctor's like, your incisions will be healed by then, but you won't be recovered by then. So it's gonna be a little longer than that before I can comfortably ride my bike per the doctor, which he keep
Okay.
telling me, don't worry about this summer, man. You don't have to count this one out. I said, no, well, I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna rehab this thing back together.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
you're looking good. I see you still out there working, making that money, boy. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, man. I don't mess around, man. I gotta get it, man. One way or the other.
you
If
got
I don't
somebody
do it,
there to do the hard work sitting next to you, and you still out here getting it.
yeah, because I only got half my body right now, man. Half my strength, which I'm still pretty strong, man. So
Well, you be
this ain't
looking
about to
like
play. This ain't about to play. If I ain't about to play. If I'm not gonna do anything that might hinder me or injure me. So I'm gonna play it smart, man, and bring back up.
Well, Lavish, I just want to get you on so you could be on the show. I'm gonna have to remove you so we
So
can
you're
get.
kicking me out.
No, we got to get Chocolata.
I'm
Whoa,
just saying. So
wait,
you're
where
kicking
did
me
she
out.
go? Where's Chocolata? She was just here.
He
No,
was
no,
just here.
Hey, I want to. Hey, Black, I want to ask a question. I don't want to because if somebody had made a comment in the section, I want to see if we can ask the ladies can answer this
Okay, hold
question.
on one second. Hold on one
Okay.
second. Lavish, I'm gonna bring
Yeah.
Chocolata back
No,
on.
go ahead, man. Listen, I'm watching from afar because I am working, man. But y'all ladies keep doing what you're doing, man. I like what y'all doing. Y'all making it look too easy. You giving us guys a run for our money, but that's okay, man. I like it. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Be safe out there and take care. And I will chat with y'all at another time. And if you're not already following me on my social media pages, so I can keep up with what you're doing as well as you keep up with what I'm doing. I'm on all social media platforms at Lavish T Williams. So make sure you check out my pages.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Be
Lavish.
I will
safe,
add you,
Lavish.
Lavish.
All right, thanks.
Okay, I wanted to get Lavish on. Okay, here we're bringing Chocolata back in. Hi.
Okay.
Welcome
Okay.
back, sister.
Yes.
So now ask you a question.
Okay. There was a question in the chat, and I want to try to get all the ladies to answer,
Mhm,
but I'm
mhm.
gonna start with a snapshot this time. The question in the chat was, what kind of seats did y'all have, or did y'all have to do any modification to your seats? Because that had to be a rough ride. You on
We
mute?
can't hear you.
You on mute? Snapshot.
Oh,
There you
sorry.
go.
That's very interesting. I get this question all the time. And to be honest, I still have the original stock seat from Harley Davidson that I brought my motorcycle with.
Okay.
I got a
Okay.
2021 Road Glide. I still got the same seat. No modifications on my end.
Okay. Anybody
Me
else?
either, sister. Me
You
either,
didn't put
sister.
you didn't put anything on it, like no
Nope.
beads or nothing.
Nope.
It's
Nothing.
called it's
Nope.
called it's called DNA. You know what that is?
Oh
Right.
boy,
You know what
here
kind
they
of
go.
DNA black women
There they
got?
go. There they go.
You
There
know what
they
kind of
go.
Exactly.
DNA black women got,
There they
baby?
go.
Okay.
Well, no, y'all
Okay.
can't say that because I know Kiki has something on her, like because I asked her about
Kiki
hers.
might not have as much DNA as we got.
I'm not touching none of that.
So I will.
I'm
I would
sitting
say
over
I
here.
had the stock seat. So for the ride, we talk about preparing years in advance. I had upgraded my bike to a 2020 Road Glide Special the year before,
Oh,
or a
so
few
y'all got
months
some money.
before.
Y'all
But
got some money,
I
obviously.
took the
Oh
road.
Lord.
What you say? I
So
took
I said, so y'all got some money. Let me go on this
That's
ride.
why we're working. That's why we're working.
I'll
So
just
I took
upgrade
the
my
stock.
motorcycle. Let me just upgrade it.
I took the well at the time I had a Vulcan 900 Classic and it had like a mid-sized tank, and I knew I needed a bigger tank to be successful on this ride. So I actually traded out my stock seat for the Road King seat. So the seat that's on the Road King is on my bike, and so shout out to Miss Regine at Thunder Tower. I had them they didn't have any in stock, so they took one off. They took the seat off a bike on the showroom floor and put it on my bike.
Okay.
Okay.
I had
Okay.
mine recushioned. I had a Corbin and sent it in
Oh,
to have it recushioned before going on the ride because I had heard them horror stories that you might have a little problem when you ride and the seat might get a little hard. So I sent mine in and had it recushioned through Corbin and got it back in time for the ride. So I
Was
was
that? Did it have gel in it? Is that the one that had gel in it?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
heard
oh,
horror stories. I heard some bad
I
horror
was
stories about jail seats. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I didn't. I had some additional support. I had a cushion, but I had the cushion prior to the ride because I ride with an Airhawk cruiser cushion seat, so I had some additional support as well
I'm
on
taking notes.
my
Just
seat.
let y'all know I'm taking notes.
this is the first time you said anything incredible. You haven't said nothing all morning. Tell us
I
what was the
said,
toughest part about the thing for you, the ride.
well, personally, sort of like how like Chocolata said, I had a personal and a group because I led a group as well. So my personal uh struggle, I think more so was me. I was really focused. So I, like Curves had mentioned, I wanted to get there in 7 days, and I was a dog with a bone. I was a dog in the street. I was like, we gonna make it in 7 days. So my personal struggle was, not being able to do it because I was focused. And then I would say also one thing was just, pulling a group sometimes. You got a lot of different personalities, a lot of people think want to do different things, but I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. So, Angel could contest to this. She was in my group, and I left them one time because we on the time thing. Like I said, I was a dog with a bone. We gonna get there in 7 days. So, I told them 15 minutes. I set a clock. When the timer went off, we got to go. One time they were still putting on helmets, getting Gatorades out of the for a dog. I was like, we gotta go. So I
Mm.
take it every day. I think, time management might have been a struggle, personality. But we got it together. The longer we kept riding, you do get tired, so we get there for each other. So it was a great shout out to Curb
Dang,
for,
dang, what's
being the mastermind behind it all.
something's going on with your connection? What happened?
It's going in and out.
It
I heard,
was, yeah.
I
Yeah,
heard her. Yeah, I heard her.
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
So you were a dog with a bone, and one time you left the
Yeah,
lady,
yeah.
and I know they was not happy about that.
No, they wasn't, but they
It
didn't get
wasn't
left
that we
again.
weren't happy. It wasn't that we weren't happy. We just weren't prepared. So I think at that time we didn't have like a specific time limit. All I know is
Hey,
like I said, we were still putting on
hey,
helmets, getting a glove, and
you
she
don't
was on the highway. And we were like,
you
oh,
don't have enough you don't have enough space on it. You don't have enough space on this podcast to put all 27 people on here so you can get the real
the
E
real
True
stuff.
Hollywood story.
Right.
Hey,
But like
you
she
don't have
said,
enough you don't have enough bandwidth to put
This is one of
yeah,
those meet and greet. This is one of the meet and
this is
greet conferences.
the
warm
meet
up,
and greet. This like the
the warm
soft
up.
story.
Yeah.
Oh
So yeah,
wow.
it's but like she said, it only took that one time. So
Oh yeah, we
we
make
got
it.
it
We
together.
definitely make it look like it. Oh yeah, this is what we did, and yeah,
There were some
okay.
challenges, I see.
Oh, it definitely was some
Yeah.
challenges.
Look here, me and the brothers have fallen out and wanted to fish fight out there on them highways, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have. So it's good to hear that we're not the only ones.
No, we listen. Let's put that out on the street. Like, let's tell the truth about that. Like, yeah, some of us not speaking. Well, they probably not speaking to me. They probably not speaking to me.
Not
You
not
know,
to
I
this
want
day though,
look.
right? You didn't make any. You didn't fall out where y'all ain't speaking to this day, right?
Oh yeah, probably.
Oh my word. Okay. So it was a successful run. All successful things, like the preacher will say, y'all might not all get there with me. We might not all make it to the top.
Ooh, come on, Martin Luther King.
Yeah, that's what they say. But man, I'm so glad. So who
Oh,
hasn't
you
yet?
got to ask Jamaica a question.
Jamaica.
Jamaica hasn't spoken.
Jamaica. Come on, Hoka. Hey.
Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good. Good morning.
That's
Uh,
one of them Hoka Hey elite finishers right there. Shoot. Shout out.
oh, thank you. No, I was in the I was a assistant team leader, and we was in the last group, so we were kind of like the cleanup group.
Absolutely,
So,
baby. How did you know that, Jamaica? How did you know y'all was the cleanup? How
hey,
did you
don't
did
hey,
were
I
you
figured that
told
out.
that?
I figured it out.
Yeah, y'all was
But
the cleanup group. Come on.
but all in all, I mean, we had some mechanical issues with some bikes. One day we was on the road for 24 hours because when we had the broke down bikes, we had to make up the time and we had to make the miles for that particular day. So we got to some locations where I know we was in I think it was we in Colorado? I think it was Colorado. We showed up. They were in a hotel room, so we had to sleep at the Pilot. We took a shower, washed our clothes, got some sleep, got up, and kept pushing. So, yeah,
Pilots have it like that. That's what the
they
pilots are
do.
for.
They do very clean showers.
Yeah.
But nice trucker
Let,
lounge.
let me
But
say this, Jamaica. Let me say this to Jamaica. Let me say this because we've never had the chance to say this. But the way the groups were lined up to leave Kittery, Maine was strategic
Mm-hmm.
because of the different types of group leaders. So
Uh-huh.
if everybody kind of goes back in their mind of seeing who your group leader was, it was a reason why you were in the position that you were in. Shout out to Thundercat, being the
Yeah,
cleanup
T-Cat.
group leader.
absolutely.
She's a very strong group rider. She can lead a
Mm-hmm.
pack. So I knew she, she cussed me out. She cursed, "Well, I got to be the last one. You the last one," because I know that at the
Hmm.
end, when people fall back in the group, you're gonna be able to,
Push them through.
catch them
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
and bring them to it. And actually, Thundercat finished in 8 days, even though
Yeah.
she stayed back. She watched out for everybody. She was and my sister's keeper. She definitely was that person.
Hmm.
If
I,
if I
I
had to give out
remember
some
that.
awards, but that last pack cleaned it up, and in Jamaica them Prissy were in that last pack, and they finished with us. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the whole outlook of pushing yourself, not getting sleep, knowing what the goal was. And when we looked up in Utah and we were finishing in those last four states, they were right behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Thundercat sent me a group message and said, and can I curse on here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
She sent me nobody knows
The,
this, but
the
she sent
preacher
me a
person
message
on
and she
here, so
said,
y'all might as well.
she she said, "Bitch, we didn't call y'all." And I said, you know what? I texted her back and said, "Welcome to the front. Let's go, baby. We here now. We got four more states left. We almost, and when we got to
Almost
Washington,
there.
nobody was conscious that we had finished the last state. Like we was getting another gas receipt, like trying to, gas and go. And then I said, damn, we in Washington. We finished. And everybody like almost like fell off their bikes, like shit. Oh my God, it's over. And they did a great job of maneuvering themselves to get themselves back in position to finish their ride like we had planned. So much respect to them. Um, you know, the
Wow,
rest is history, baby.
that is so amazing. Okay, let's run through some of these pictures here. This is in where y'all started in Maine.
No, did I send you? No. How
You
you
sent
get
me
that
no
picture?
picture. You sent me them
Uh,
pictures.
Logic sent me
That-
these pictures.
You
that's
sent
in
me them pictures.
Maine, but that's my
That's
own
the wrong.
personal
I
picture.
knew. I figured she sent me the wrong pictures. When I started going through, I
Yeah,
said,
that
"These
ain't
are not
it.
the pictures
This
she's
ain't
supposed to be sending."
okay.
That's
Well,
not
then
my
what is
picture.
this?
Now
Don't even.
that's the route. Now
Okay.
that's the route. That's definitely the route. So shout out anybody trying to do the 48 and 10. That's it, baby.
And basically, you touch all 48 contiguous states,
Oh yeah.
and you end up
And
in Washington
uh
somewhere. Now, how
Kennewick,
how do you get back?
Best way you can. No, I'm playing.
shit.
The best way you can.
Some people transport, some people roll their bikes back.
Best way you can.
Actually, me, Justice, and Kinky, we continued on because
You did
we
the four
actually did
corners.
the four corners in that.
Oh wow. Okay,
That's what I
so
was telling you I wanted to do when I was gonna when I do. I'm not
you
gonna
did.
do it in 8
You did
days,
say
but
that. Yeah, you said I
Yeah.
want to do the four corners in that. So
Mm.
Yeah.
after you've done this, okay, so what do you got to do the four corners? Oh, you still got
So
to go down here, yeah.
so since we started in Kittery, Maine, we went to the corner of Maine, went to Madawaska first,
Uh-huh.
and then we came back to Kittery to start the ride. We
Uh-huh.
did all, did the whole 48 states. Then we got to Kennewick, Washington, and then we went up to Blaine, and that's the second corner. And then you
Okay.
come down California into San Isidro,
Yes.
and then you go to Key West to finish.
Okay, so after you guys did this, then you went up here and touched the top
Yep,
somewhere, and then you went down here to Baja, California.
yep,
And then you went straight across what on the 10 maybe
yep, on the 10 to
to
Key West.
you'd already been up here, right? Or
Yep,
did
we
you
had
have to
already
go
been
back?
to Maine. We started in Maine.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay. I'm not gonna hate on y'all.
Put
Okay, what
that.
picture is this?
Okay.
So
What picture? Is this?
that's Incredibles group, my group, Chocolata's in that picture somewhere. Um, Kinky and Justice group, and then Prissy was with us at the time, so I don't know where the hell we are, but
So this is
the big
a
thing
multi.
about that ride is we change shirts every day to kind
Yeah.
of we had designed some t-shirts. So every day to signify what day we were on, we
The
changed
guys ain't gonna
shirts.
do. Guys ain't gonna do that. I mean, I
No, we're
just
not carrying no 14 shirts with us.
guys ain't
We
gonna do
didn't
that.
have to carry 14 shirts. We carried 8 shirts with us.
Okay, so some of y'all ran out of shirts because some only made it in 9 days, and others in 10.
Maybe they did, but they had enough Bessie t-shirts to put on, I promise you.
Y'all not gonna let me put any shade out, huh? Okay,
No
what is
kind of
this?
shade.
What is
Oh, that's
this?
when I did Nova Scotia. How you get that picture? That
You
I
sent it
think
to me.
no,
You
no,
sent
no,
it
no,
to me.
no. You combined my pictures from when we were on the last podcast
Oh,
logic with
really?
these
That's my
pictures.
fault.
Yes, sir.
Stop showing the pictures of Curves by herself. Don't show them
I
pictures no more.
I
Please.
just
Because
have
I
the
sent you all group pictures, sir.
I
I'm looking at your pictures right, the pictures you sent me right now, and
yeah,
you did
Man, you
not.
don't want me to share my screen, bruh.
uh,
Let me see.
yeah, you can show
Curves.
your screen. Okay, what's this here?
That's so every day we would finish the states. That's how I color coded them. So you got day one, we did 13 states.
This is 1,000 miles from here to here.
Yes, yes. 1,077 to be exact, sir.
Oh, so you got to go like kind of like this to get them in.
Yep.
Wow, because you went through these two, then you got to jump down here, then you got to go this way some kind of way, and then up here, and then
Where
here.
Kittery, Maine is at the border of New Hampshire.
Okay, okay, so you
Yes.
can,
And the
man.
only state we really had to go out of the way to go get was Vermont. Everything else was on 95. All the way down, and we came all the way down into Maryland, and then came back up into West Virginia, into on the Pennsylvania Turnpike to go over to Ohio.
Man, oh man, so exciting. Okay, what do we got here? So this is the
That's
same thing only in color.
yeah, it's just in color. Well,
Okay.
those that's the
That's the entire thing.
completed. That's the completed one. So the yellow is day 2.
Damn, that is some writing.
Yep.
And you got
The
Florida on the way. And you had to touch Florida too. And
So
then
so we came out of Montgomery, Alabama, and we dipped over into Century, Florida to get just a little bit of Florida, and then came across into through Mobile into Mississippi and kept going.
you touch Mississippi,
And then
Louisiana, Arkansas,
yeah.
Oklahoma,
And so when
Texas.
we got to Texas, we did. So you have to pick the states that have the two. You have Texarkana, Arkansas, and you have Texarkana, Texas. So you don't go over into big Texas. You just kind of dip your toe over into Texas.
Yeah, you gotta
Boom,
go up. Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and then go up,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
and then go
And
boom,
then
boom, then
and then
boom,
your
boom.
Oklahoma. Yep. And Chocolata kind of alluded to Oklahoma when we were falling asleep. Me and Incredible were falling asleep, and they were blinking the lights at us to try to keep us awake because it was
Oh my
dark in
goodness.
Oklahoma.
Oh my good. Yeah, Oklahoma.
It's dark in Oklahoma. Yeah, it's
You know
dark
what?
in Oklahoma.
You outride your headlights in Oklahoma. If you're riding
Yes,
hard,
you do.
you will
Yes, you
outride.
do.
And for you guys to tell me that, I know you've been there. Yeah,
Yes, you do.
Oklahoma is where you see ghosts on the highway. Like
Man, don't
what
don't
was
tell me about that.
that? What was that? That something was alive out there. Okay, and is this a good picture or not?
No, nope,
That's not a good picture. That's not a
nope,
picture.
Man,
nope.
that's it.
I'm telling you,
I got so many
that's
pictures
logic.
of
That's
Logic.
logic fault.
I got so many pictures
It's
that
so many
occurs.
pictures of the group. I don't know what logic. That's y'all
I
blame that
got
on logic.
my bad.
That's logic fault.
Hold on a
Logic.
second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
And I get everybody on
Yeah,
this call is in
Logic.
pictures that I sent him. I don't know what he doing.
Logic, put your
Here,
screen up.
here's an okay. Let me share. Let me present.
Sir.
Hold on, I got to take this away. Okay,
Jesus be a fence around the preacher.
Shannon was
Are you trying to present? There it is. I think that's it. Okay, there we
Shannon
go.
was backstage. She inboxed me. Shannon midget.
See, look at you, Logic.
Well, no, she was on the she was on my Facebook.
This is how. Listen, you
Who's
see how we
backstage?
look.
There's nobody backstage.
Shannon, if you backstage, come backstage. Click on it.
No, I'm
I
back
don't
in
know.
now. That is
Oh, she
me.
back in. See,
Chocolate.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Ooh, God bless you.
Look. Hey.
I'm not the one today.
This picture?
We know. Yep.
Okay.
That's a good picture.
Okay.
I think
Now,
Danger is in that picture. Justice is in that picture. It's a lot of ladies on this picture that's not on the call, but
Make the picture bigger, Logic. The people are looking at it on their cell phones.
I can't.
You got to scroll in. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Bigger.
I don't think it'll get bigger.
Okay.
You don't want to see our face, no way. We look like we had
dirt.
we ain't had no
dirt
sleep in
bath.
8 days. We looking horrible on them pictures.
Y'all look just fine.
But just in case somebody want to go out there and do that 48, call one of us on this phone before you go do it.
Oh, I'm definitely calling before I do it.
You already did. You already showed this picture, right?
Yeah, that's the one we finished. I got snapshot and passport and all of them in there. They had everybody had come in by that time.
Okay. And we got that picture.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in Alabama.
This is our first time seeing this picture.
Okay.
That's in Alabama.
Look
The
how
funny
many
thing,
there are. Wow.
the funny thing about this is Jamaica, I'm gonna let Jamaica and Prissy tell the story about them coming into Alabama and us leaving out of
we was
Alabama.
pulling in when they was leaving out. We slept. We paid all that money for a room and slept for 20 minutes, and then had to get up and get back on the bike.
Hey, Jamaica, we should have hoka-hated, baby.
I had my tent and stuff. I was prepared.
Man, Thundercat gave me a look so bad. I was like, "Oh, she mad at me, boy." Ooh.
Let me see if there's one more.
We just get up in the morning, take pictures, and then we would never take pictures no
one.
more.
Here's the ones that the maps that you covered that one, and then you did this one.
Yes.
Then you did Texas and all them
Yes.
guys. Then you went up.
Yep.
That's 1,059 miles.
So now at this point, we're not doing 1,000 miles anymore. Once we got to the blue.
Okay.
We just doing what we could do at this time because we exhausted. Everybody.
Fatigue is setting in.
3 days of riding.
Fatigue. No, fatigue set in like Alabama, like
Back
Georgia.
Here. Back here.
Yeah, it set in. Yeah, it set in Georgia. Like it really set in Ohio. It really set in Ohio with that first
tired
1,000.
right here. I'm tired right here.
Yeah.
Okay, then you went from here to Montana. Now that right there had to be a long part of y'all journey right here.
It really wasn't.
It wasn't.
I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? I don't think it was.
I don't think so, because I think that's when it started getting cold. We was getting kind of cold up in there, so it started feeling good.
Yeah,
it was a relief.
It was hot.
A relief from the heat. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That wasn't really that bad as we thought it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not like we were covering all of that state anyway. We were just kind of dipping in and dipping out of those. If you look at Wyoming and Colorado New Mexico. You see how that line is right there? We were just dipping in Nebraska. We were dipping in and dipping out. We weren't
Mhm.
like riding through. I think the only state we had to ride all the way through was Montana.
Up here.
Yep.
And
To
then the
get
last.
down into, yeah. And then we definitely had to come all the way across that green. I'm gonna say one word in one state, and everybody on this phone is gonna understand where I'm coming from. And I'm gonna say Needles, California.
Oh my God.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's
A
hot.
a
That
prelude to
place is
hell.
hot. Is that what we're saying? Hot is in temperature or something else?
Yes,
Yes, it
yes,
was.
Yeah,
130
Needles,
degrees at
California is
night.
the hottest mofo you can ever ride in
If
your
you
whole
ain't got
life.
your life together, go down to Needles, and that'll let you know what hell gonna be like.
Yes, it will. Yes, it
Yeah,
will.
yeah. You only got to say the word needles.
Needles, California.
Hot,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And
Kurt.
at night,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
cold. It was hot.
100,
Mm.
110 degrees at night and stuff. Yeah, it is ridiculous. It don't even cool
Yeah.
down. It's
No,
absolutely ridiculous.
no. We had an electric storm in Henderson, Nevada, when we were coming into Vegas.
Wow.
Um, but other than that, that's probably we probably did we have any rain? Oh, we had rain in Atlanta, coming through
We had
Atlanta.
we got a sandstorm in New Mexico. We had to totally pull over for like 40 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a sandstorm messed up passport helmet. The sand got in her helmet and she couldn't even close her helmet back. We couldn't see. It was so windy. We had to pull over like 35, 40 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
hmm
Miss
Definitely my first time being in a sandstorm. We didn't know what was going on. We was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, that's sand. Then it just
And
started getting like
especially
you couldn't even see. You really couldn't even
right.
see. So we had to pull over in the gas station. It
Wow.
was
Wow.
horrible.
Okay.
Horrible.
What did it take to get the IBA to certify this and call it? I mean, did they name this ride? Did they name a ride after the Bessie Stringfield after this ride?
No.
No.
So shout out to Michael Kneebone, the president of the Iron Butt Association. Once again, we were in preparation in 2020. So me, I think Phoenix was there. There was a couple of us on this phone. We got together. I basically went and ambushed Michael Kneebone, you know what I'm saying,
Mm.
at his own dinner, IBA dinner. Um,
Who is
and
Michael Newman?
he's the president of the Iron Butt Association.
Okay.
So my thing was I needed to know exactly what it was going to take for us to do this group ride, how we needed to do it according to their rules. So we decided to go down to the Iron Butt dinner in 2020 and showed up at his dinner. And Sharif and K Solo and all them were there. So I was like, hey, y'all think I could talk to Micah Kneebone? And they was like, yeah, Micah talk to you. And I rolled up on him like, hey, I need to talk to you for a minute. And he's like, yeah, what's up? Took a little time out and I explained to him what I wanted to do. And he told me what rules I needed to follow. And that was it. And we went to
Okay.
work. And so a big part of that ride was to make sure that everybody stayed in the group, and if not, at least you need to be with another person. We needed to follow the exact same route. Nobody could like deviate from what we had put in place because when you submit to the Iron Butt, it needed to be one route. It couldn't be like, okay, well, Phoenix decided to go off on her own and go get this gas station. So it had to be all our gas stations had to be the same.
Mm.
Um, the and he warned me about a couple of states that were hard to get in that ride, which was Michigan. Sometimes people would forget to go over into Michigan from Ohio. And Florida was a hard, like people had literally missed Florida in trying to accomplish the 48. So it was a couple of states like that he said, hey, just watch out for. Gave me the blessing. I told him I was gonna name it, the Bessie Stringfield All Female Ride 48 and 10, and he was fine with that. And we submitted it as a group ride, and that's basically how we did it.
So did everybody get a copy of that certificate, or like everybody that
Yes,
finished in eight?
everybody
Did
get
they?
their own individual.
Okay,
So what
gotcha.
everybody did was pay the $85 that it cost to do that ride, and we submitted it all at one time. We didn't like people didn't individually submit their own because we were doing it as a group. So everybody in the ride submitted $85. I submitted that as one payment to the Iron Butt, and then they individually sent everybody their certificate
Okay.
Wow.
with their name on it, you know,
Wow.
because we had all done one route. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? No matter where you were in the group, no matter if your bike had trouble but you fell back, you still were considered part of that group. So that's how the rules were. But I made sure that we knew what we need. You know, we did it according to what they had mandated for us. So we were covered.
I have one difficult question. Because we always talk about when we do when groups do things like this, when other people do things like that, we talk about the money, the bikes, and everything. But what a part of this ride in your imagination and in your heart do you think you gave back to the motorcycle community as a whole?
I'll let them. Let me be the last.
Okay.
That's it.
Anybody can start.
Well,
Okay. Yeah, somebody start it off.
I'll say, I'll say, well, coming from Miami, I think that my group coming out of Miami, I think we gave back tremendously. Being that nobody really ever wants to come from Miami, and they always say, "Oh, nobody come from out of Miami." So I think we represented well on this ride, and we give total thanks to the Bessie Stringfield community and everything. But it also kind of like empowered other people in the motorcycle set from Miami to get out and start riding. So I think we gave that to our community. We gave them hope and we gave them motivation to get out and just ride more and meet new people and be on different sets and just kind of like engage more on the set outside of Miami.
So you started from the very bottom. Jesus
Hmm.
Christ, you had 1,000-mile ride just to get started.
Yeah, just to get the main. Yep.
Oh my God.
We
No.
also had.
Uh-uh. No. No. Yeah. I ain't playing with y'all.
Church, your mic cut out. He didn't hear what you said. Say it again.
Oh
I
my
said,
bad. I said
hell no, I
we
ain't
had a.
playing with y'all. That's what I said.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. We had a lady out of California also.
So she had to come
Mhm.
from California to Maine to
you had to
start.
ride all the way
Yep.
Yes.
out here
Yes.
to
To
get
start.
started.
Texas. Yeah. Jamaica and them had to come out of Texas. It didn't matter where you lived. Maine was the starting point.
Why we just couldn't do this and then
Nah,
get
nah,
Nah,
nah.
nah.
Because you got
You
to
had to
think of
follow the
what the
rules.
rules were.
You
You
had to
got to
follow
think
the
of
Right.
what the
rules.
rules are.
man, the hell with them over there in the iron, but we making our own ride. We call it the Black Dragon Ride for Humanity or something. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hell with them.
Anybody
Myself
else?
and Kosa came from out of Illinois.
Yeah, we got our
Yeah.
own stuff. We'll make our hell no. That no.
I mean, I
Any,
contemplated, there are different routes. So I contemplated starting in Colorado, you know what I mean? So everybody can meet in the middle. You know, it's just, but Maine made more sense.
Yeah, you
It
must live
I
in
did.
mean,
New
it was
Hampshire, huh?
it was easy. It was a shorter route. For what we were trying to do. The other routes that we wouldn't have been able to do it in 7 days
Since I live here in Georgia,
or
I would
eight.
since I live right here in Georgia, I would have planned the start of the route to be right here. Y'all can all come
Angel,
through.
Angel live right there. She probably would have agreed with you.
Wow, that is impressive, man. Just to ride well, this person rode 2,000 miles or more just to get
Just to
started.
get there. Yep.
Wow. That's some
Thing
riding right
was,
there. I
you know
bet
what the
she
hardest thing was? When
what's
you
that?
got to your own state, you wanted to quit.
Yeah,
Right.
we in Georgia now. I'm going home. I'm sure some of y'all wasn't riding them motorcycles for 2 or 3 months afterwards. Like,
Ooh, I ain't want to look at my bike for at least.
yeah, that is so amazing. That is so amazing. I really, and I thought I was a rider, but damn, I've ridden all across the country, but I hadn't
Mhm.
Done some none of this kind of nonsense right here. Woo.
Logic asked a question earlier about what we felt like we gave back to the motorcycle community, and it kind of piggybacks what Snapshot said. You know, before the Bessie Stringfield all-female ride, a lot of women, particularly, were isolated and riding in little small areas where they were. The Bessie Stringfield all-female ride got women out of their local area into something different. So, and I'll say for me, before I started the all-female ride, I didn't even know that, first of all, women of color rode, and never knew that there was this thing called long distance riding. So it not only empowered other women to get out and get out of their comfort zones, but to know that we can challenge these guys and top these guys and doing this male dominated community. We are powerful and we have shown that we are. And if you'll look back after this ride, more and more women are out there now doing the I-10 end to end, the four corners, trying to do the 48 states, going cross country. And I think that a lot of that comes from some of the things that the Bessie Stringfield all-female ride started, plus us doing this as a 48 state as a group. So they say women can't get along and for very long, and that may be true, but when the rubber hits the road, we get it done.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
We see
Amen.
them fingernails, Phoenix. We see them fingernails. I see you got them fingernails on fleek. We see that. Okay.
Anybody else want to answer that before
You
so
don't
we can?
flash the fingernails like we didn't see them. Okay, go on. Keep going. I'm
I
sorry.
just talk with my hands. I'm sorry.
Anybody else want to answer that before we let Curve close that question out?
Yeah, I agree with the
Oh,
other
I'll go
ladies
after Incredible.
Okay.
that we definitely have shed some light, especially, to the female motorcycle community, because we've broken so many barriers with, different rides that we've achieved, distance ride of the 48 in 10 and accomplishing it in 8 days. So I think also to add to the female dynamic of it is the young females. Like I get a lot of younger girls, females, of course our age, but I'm talking about teenagers and that next generation that's coming up after, all the aunties are gone because we're the aunties. They are looking at us and they're inspired by us and making that known name of Bessie Stringfield, bringing that to light and her accomplishments. So I think we definitely have put a footprint down for the younger generations coming behind us to, want to do a lot of the same things we have accomplished and above that, there's so much out there that can be done. So I think just tapping into those young girls to let them know, hey, we did it, you can do it as well, and keep the legacy alive.
All right. All right. Chocolata.
Right. So I definitely will say the encouragement that I saw when we did the ride was great. Some of the friends and the bonds made, because you're right, when you're on the road, especially in what could be a stressful situation, you either make or break that bond. You see people different, you see yourself different, you learn some things about yourself and other people. But I think the people who were watching, they were kind of learning through our experience and some of the conversations I had. I think it helped some people, it strengthened some people, and it just made them think more about themselves, just like it did me. I also think it was good for me so that, like my family, my dad, he rode motorcycles, but your family doesn't always understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. So this was a good way as they followed. I mean, we used, the tracking apps and different things. They were actually on the journey with us. And I like that together time. I think they appreciated it. I think it was good that people saw, hey, that they're actually just doing this. This is not a joke. The one thing that people thought, oh, it's simple, you could just do this. And I recently had a male biker in North Carolina say to me, oh, that's nothing. Oh, I could have did that. And I was actually offended.
He was lying.
He was, but I was offended that he
I'm gonna get
chose
in
to
trouble
want to
for that.
challenge the fact that we did something. We didn't get paid for it. And I'm thinking, bro, you just a hater. I had to tell his members, your brother is a hater because we did a thing and it was a good thing. And the people that saw it for that, they took it for that. There were people who said, "Oh, I think I'm gonna try it." Sometimes you need a little nudge so that you can see what you can do yourself. And I think people saw that as well in the community. Ah, if some ladies did it, surely I can go do it. Maybe. I hope they all try it.
Right.
But I
Well,
think
first
it
of
was
all, you
learning and sharing for the community and for us, for our families. I love and enjoy my experience. And I think people should try it, but they should just prepare definitely and learn and grow through the experience.
All right.
well, first
More
of all, when you talk
go ahead,
about I can do it too or whatever, first of all, can you even afford to do it?
bro.
Ooh, come on with it.
We didn't talk about
How
finances,
much
but
did it
that's
cost
another show.
in gas? How much did it cost in gas?
A lot.
And what do you figure you
Well,
spend?
I told them to budget for what, 3 to 5,000.
I think it was, yeah, but 5 to 6, I think it was.
Yeah, it was close to five, definitely.
Yeah.
Just for gas?
No,
Mm,
just in general, like the
Okay.
whole
Okay, in
trip.
general. Well, because they didn't stay in no hotels, Black Dragon. I
But we
mean, they
paid
just
for them. But we
yep.
paid for them.
Yeah, just to have them
But
to
we
be able
paid
to
for
stay
them.
in. Yeah, in case
Yeah,
you.
we
Yeah,
went in them. Listen, the people they definitely got some money off of us
They sure did.
because we didn't stay in them.
well, I'm proud of you, ladies.
Two,
I just.
I want to
Black
hear
Dragon.
I want to hear Jamaica. I want to hear
Yeah,
Jamaica.
two
I want to
more.
hear.
Gotta
Don't
have Jamaica.
I ain't gonna let Jamaica get out of here
Jamaica can't
before
get
I.
out of it. She got what was the
No,
same question, Jamaica? Same question, Jamaica.
Well, I'm down here in Killeen, Texas. Everybody talk about the motorcycle riders up in Dallas and Houston, but we got a couple of Hoka Hay riders here in Killeen, Four
that's
Corners, 48 and 8. We do this because we love this motorcycling. So, I was just I was excited that I was selected to do this, and I rode with these ladies, supported the Bessie ride, and Curves, hats off to her because that's what she did. She groomed long distance motorcycle riders. That's what she did. I mean, you can't take that from us. I mean, we started with 1,000 miles, went cross country. Hey, respect to her, respect
Mhm.
to her, but she groomed motorcycle riders. You can't take that from her. And I said women road captains, the whole nine. There was no men in the ride, all women. We did it. Broke
Yeah,
down bikes, people broke
that was
down on the road.
a bad
We
decision
got
there.
ourselves off the road.
I would have gone with y'all.
No men in the ride. It was all women.
Yeah, I
So
don't even know where that came from.
hey,
No,
we
don't
do
give
this
me.
we do this motorcycle ride. That's what we do. We do it, and we do it well.
It ain't no punk.
my goodness.
Don't don't
I,
try to get on the ride and get punked
Yeah,
out.
your
I would have
heart
been.
can't pump. Your heart can't pump no Kool-Aid now.
I would have been daddy
Your
of
heart
the
can't pump
ride.
no
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
I heard that before, Black Dragon. I heard that before
I would.
from a guy. Yeah,
I would have been the ride daddy.
Yeah,
yeah, I heard that
Y'all know
before.
y'all needed me to get across that.
I heard
yeah.
that before. I heard curves. I've heard that before.
Listen, I'm listen. Hey, listen. Let me shout out to the men. Let me get the men that really were a part of this. They weren't on the ground with us. They were our pit crew.
Mhm,
Okay.
Right.
All
mhm.
Okay.
right. Now, the word pit crew comes from Thundercat. Let me give my girl credit for that. The pit crew is just like what you think, like NASCAR. Hey, they make sure all the maintenance. They make sure everything is done.
The
Um,
weather, the
so
weather.
one of the biggest, yeah, everything. Well, they watch the weather. They looking at traffic flow. They looking at, hey, is that the right
Beautiful.
direction you going in? I mean, they look at
Yes.
everything. Um, so we had a awesome pit crew. I think it was kind of tough at the beginning for people to get used to the pit crew. Like one of the biggest things was I put out a couple of disclaimers. This was not the ride that was going to be no biker left behind.
Hmm.
You had to kind of remove that thought from your brain because it was a time ride. So if
Hmm.
your bike broke down and your friend was trying to stay there and wait on you, you were holding them up from accomplishing this. Um, Shout out to the Miami crew with Snapshot, Miss Sassy, Passport, and Duchess. We grouped them together because we knew that their mentality of coming out of their community, that's kind of where they were. So we made sure they stayed together. That's why I say it was a strategic way of putting people together in groups. And we knew that they would support each other, and if they, everybody else could individually as an independent rider do it on their own. So we didn't want them to have any trouble in that. So that's why we put them together. But but the biggest thing was, um, you know, Fatal had a bent rim coming through Maryland. We hit a bump, it bent a rim, the pit crew took over, we kept going. uh People on the pit crew called people that they knew. The guys in Maryland came and changed that rim out for her, didn't charge her for it, put that rim right there on the side of the road. She never had to go to a shop or anything. Change
Wow.
that tire, she got right back on the road, we kept going. So if you
Wow.
don't have a pit crew, you will not do this ride as a group.
Wow. And you put all that together.
Hmm.
We put all that together. Kodak, shout out to
Man.
Kodak, he was on our pit crew. Shout out to the head of the pit crew, Seven, which was Prissy's husband, out of Buffalo Soldiers. Shout out to A1 from Black Pearls, Taboo. It was men and women. Sunshine Rogers. We just had a lot of different people looking out for us on this ride. In addition to the people that, like Chocolata said, that were watching the ride. But those were the main people that were, when we got to a gas station, some of those gas stations that I had chosen for the route were not 24-hour gas stations. So they were closed by the time we got there. So we had to change out gas stations. But when you change a gas station, you have to put it back in the group so everybody know to go to that. Because remember, we had to go to the same gas stations.
Hmm.
So you had to put that back in the chat, and the pit crew made sure that they were looking ahead to see if hotels were available once we got there, because sometimes we would get there at 2 or 3 in the morning, and that hotel that we had was sold out, so we had to get another hotel. So it was, they did a lot for us, and we did not have to think about these things on the road.
Wow. Well, you know
We were
something, lady.
riding. We had no time to do anything else but ride.
We we've been here an hour and a half, so it's probably time we get out of here. But
I'm
it's
sorry.
been just an entertaining, educational, inspirational hour and a half for me.
Yes.
Just to hear all of this curves that you have done. I think you've done your Bessie Stringfield thing that you set out to
I
do.
have. I
Uh,
have. I think it's channeled through Bessie. I really do give divine intervention to that. But I do want to say this. I want to thank every woman, every man that has ever assisted, gave ideas, gave pointers, told us not to do something, and then our hard-headed asses went and did it anyway. Every sister, even if I'm not speaking to you and you're not speaking to me, shout out to you, because I've literally sat back and watched the community grow, and women are leading the charge in so many different ways, which is what my vision was, to promote Bessie's legacy and to introduce women to long distance riding, and enjoy the open road. And that's the vision of the Bessie Stringfield all female ride, and it's also the vision of the Bessie Bells Riding Club. And as long as that keeps going, I'm good. um but I do appreciate everybody that's ever helped in any type of way, and I do appreciate Black Dragon, you and Logic, for bringing us on, because this has been 4 years in the making. We should have did this reunion a long damn time ago, and thank you for having us here. I wish all 28 women could get on here, or 27, or whatever it is. But I do want to say rest in peace to my little sister Stunner, because she didn't get a chance to take part in this
Yes,
ride.
yes,
And
yes.
she had practiced and did everything that I asked her to do. And she's no longer with us, but we are definitely gonna support her legacy, which is she has a t-shirt that says but did you ride though?
But did you ride? I got one. I got one.
And then she has a I thought a bitch that don't ride said something to me.
I don't have that
So
one.
that one right there. So I know you that's for them other people, Lavi.
Right, right, right.
But
I'm
shout
getting
out
me one
shout
of
out to
those. I
Stunner.
want one of those.
And
I want one of those t-shirts.
hey, listen, Bessie has pushed us, inspired us. I looked at Snapshot. I watched her get off a 600 sports bike that she rode cross country in 2019 to now she's on a road glide. And I laughed at her in Miami and said, "Look at you now, goddammit." And I'm so
Harley,
proud.
Harley.
I'm like a proud mama that I get to watch all my sisters do their
Yes,
thing.
yes.
And then now they have their branches of trees that they have inspired other women from themselves. So that's what it's all about.
And that's the leadership role. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what's
That's
up.
what happens.
So
Yes, ma'am. I've
thank you.
been able to see that in some things that I've done, and I know how rewarding it feels. And no one knows how you have challenged yourself.
Oh
No
boy.
one knows how you beat yourself up.
Yes.
Yeah, you got some sisters that don't speak to you anymore because they don't know. They have no idea of what you've had to do to sacrifice, to teach, to educate, and to always be the one leaning forward. And no matter how tired other people get or whatever the case may be, all those eyes will always turn to you, and you just as tired, just as
Yeah, boy. Cause
disappointed.
I cause I closed my eyes in Oklahoma. Just so y'all know that. I closed my eyes and rode my bike in Oklahoma
But
for a
God.
long time.
Look
But
here,
God. But
But
God.
God,
That
look
It
what
here.
nothing
they
but
say,
God.
the long
but
blink, the
God.
long blink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oklahoma.
I was
Shout out to Dirty Bird.
Dirty
Yeah. The
Bird,
long
Right,
Dirty
blink.
Bird.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Shout out
know,
to
it took
Dirty
me.
The
Bird.
It
long
took me a
blink.
while. It took me a while to understand. I think I had to ask T Cat, what the heck does that mean? And when I said, "Oh, I got it. I've done."
That
She said,
mean you
"You
went to
done it?"
sleep
I
on
said,
you
"Yeah."
went to sleep while you was
Right.
I went to
riding.
sleep. I
That's
did.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You went to sleep
Yeah.
riding and woke up and
Yeah.
was still alive and on the highway. It's what
Yeah.
that. And
Absolutely.
Oklahoma
Hmm.
is a place for that. I
Yeah.
am from Oklahoma, and that's where I grew up. And they've got some dusty ass long I-40 is horrible, and it's never repaired properly. And I-35, there's so many of those roads, but Oklahoma is not well lit.
No.
The streets are not, the highways are not well lit. They're black. They're long black roadways, and in the middle of the night, you will outride your headlight. Especially if you're rolling 90, 100 miles an hour, you're going to outride your
Oh
headlights,
yeah.
and
Definitely.
and then you start seeing shadows on the road, and you ducking and you dodging stuff, and you're slowing down real quick. And if you're tired, you start seeing ghosts, and that's the Oklahoma, and it's crazy, and we love it when we're out there. And then yeah, I fell asleep in Oklahoma and fell off my motorcycle. Luckily for me, I was doing about 10 miles an hour, and I was so tired, I was trying to go to the hotel room, and I fell asleep making a left into the hotel parking lot and fell clean off the bike. So
Wow.
Oklahoma is
I
a
can
place.
understand. We can understand that. We really can.
I didn't fall
So,
off my bike. I fell asleep going through the Keys.
Oh, God bless you.
yeah, because
And
aren't those a lot of
250 fell
bridges?
asleep right behind me, and I couldn't find her. I was like, "Where'd she go? Where'd she go?"
Yeah.
So
That highway
Oklahoma,
rough.
Hmm.
it's tough out there, especially if you're rolling at night. You want to roll through Oklahoma at night because if you're trying to roll through the daytime, the 18 wheelers drive side by side at 52 miles an hour.
And the
So
wind blows really hard in
and
Oklahoma
the wind
because it's
blows hard. So you'd
yes, it
rather ride
does.
Oklahoma at night, but you have to be awake to ride
Yes.
Oklahoma at night
Yes,
because
you
you got to
do.
be on all your senses and all your cues, and you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got shit running out into the highway. You got a lot going on in the plains states, most especially Oklahoma. So I'm proud of you, sisters. I know what y'all been there through there. Yeah, there are bear signs in Oklahoma, and you be looking at that like, was that a bear sign? The air is crossing here. Yeah. Oh, ladies, listen, thank you so much for being on the show. It is my honor and pleasure to have you all. And
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
just thank you so much. We're going to have y'all back and talk about more stuff. And I know there's many of y'all that weren't here, but we want to hear about your riding adventures. And next time y'all go on something, maybe we can have some of the cameras go with you. I mean, if y'all accept a man, I don't know.
I'm just gonna say hint. This is a hint. Curves, you said something. I'm gonna let you go. We go close out. You said y'all haven't been together in a while. That's a ride. That's a reunion ride for y'all.
It is. We on some things.
Now I'm not saying you got to do another 48 and 8. I'm just saying reunion ride and meet together. You gotta say this. Curves be like, we can do the United States twice. No.
Oh, we trying to do it. We trying to go get that 7 days we left on the table. Shoot, what you talking about?
See?
Oh Lord.
We left that 7. I'm just putting it out there. 7 days left on the table.
I'm just surprised y'all didn't dip.
7 days. Hey, to all the brothers
Washington.
that say they riders, 7 days. What y'all want to do?
Ain't no brother.
Let's go.
They gonna be like, they ain't gonna play with you. They ain't gonna play
Put that in the streets.
After talking to y'all, a lot of brothers are just gonna shut up when y'all even tell me. If you see brothers doing this here, looking away, that's because they can't even listen. Y'all are some riders, ladies, men, whatever. Y'all are some riders. Period. That you can't put female right. You can't put nothing in front of that. Y'all are some riders, and damn, y'all ride hard.
Absolutely.
And that's coming from me. I've always considered myself a hard ass rider. And then you always meet somebody that's done something, and ladies too. You're always going to meet someone that's rode a little higher, taking the challenge a little more. I mean, there is so much that goes into this: money, preparation, maintenance, good tools, good riding gear. I mean, all of these things you have to learn. You got to have the right goggles, the right things that don't fog up. You got to have the right shoes. There's a whole lot to learn to become ready for that. And the fact that you had people practicing and all that, you set people up for success. And that's why you had so much success.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, man.
Thank you.
That's good.
Wow. To all my sisters, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate you too. More than you'll ever know. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Blessings on y'all. Blessings on
See you,
y'all.
Snapchat.
See y'all again.
Good to see you too.
Peace.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Black Dragon.
Thank you. Wow, that was so amazing, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Holy moly, man.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always supported my sisters.
You have been cheerleading us doing this show for the longest time.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm glad we
Yes,
got
sir.
a chance to do it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So it's your turn.
Hey, y'all. We had a great day. We had a great time, great conversations with these ladies. As they continue to ride, as you continue to ride, remember to ride hard, ride safe, and always, always ride on faith. And remember, keep it logical. Peace.
Peace. And I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Man, thank you guys for being on here. Please like, share, and subscribe. These ladies did the damn thing, man. And make sure to get my new book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, available on Amazon, Kindle, and you can get your autograph copy at blackdragonsgear.com. blackdragonsgear.com, man. We love you, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please help support the channel if you would. Like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you would, make sure to check out our channel subscriptions. You just go to the channel, click on subscribe, and it gives you all the different, actually you click on join, and it gives you all the different kind of methods that you can subscribe under, and we really would appreciate that. Hey, the #1 metric in all of YouTube as to how a channel is doing is the like button. So you do me the biggest favor in the world if you just hit that button for me, and if you would do it right now. And share and subscribe. Make sure to do all of those things, and we'd absolutely appreciate it. I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in. And it's getting. Yeah. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. And I would like to once again say goodbye to a very dear friend, Jody Chambers. Thank you so much for living a good life and being a good person and treating people with love and honor and kindness and respect. And thank you so much, Jody, for all you have given me in my life. And you're going to be missed, my friend. You're absolutely going to be missed. But United States Air Force veteran and just a good humanitarian and a great person. Thank you, Jody.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book. If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Ro? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes on. So, when most percenters get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the second you volatile, it can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So, as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels.
Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG, bonafide, certified, a true MC. The biker boys, the biker boys. It's in the house, most definitely. Blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon, I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.